One Piece isn't just an anime, it's emotional damage disguised as adventure. Today we're going through the saddest moment in every arc. The scenes that didn't just hurt, they stayed with you. And if you've ever cried over a ship, a donut, or a cyborg dad, yeah, you're one of us. Let's start where it all began. East Blue. East Blue. Nami's Help Me. East Blue feels light at first. Then Arlong Park hits, and suddenly you need therapy. Nami spent years playing 4D chess, speedrunning trauma, and grinding for 100 million berries just to free her village, and then the Navy steals it. Just like that, everything's gone. She breaks completely, stabbing her own arm trying to erase the pain, and then she looks at Luffy and says, "Help me." And Luffy? No speech, no questions, just puts his hat on her head and says, "Bet." That's the moment One Piece stopped being an adventure and became a found family story. Drum Island, Heroic's final words. If this didn't hit you, I'm convinced you're running on Vegapunk firmware. Heroic had no medical skills, but infinite heart. Chopper gives him a deadly mushroom by accident, and instead of blaming him, Heroic eats it. Then proceeds to drop one of the coldest philosophical lines in anime. A man dies when he is forgotten. And just like that, he's gone. Cherry blossoms falling. Chopper screaming, "Yeah, this one sticks." Alabasta. Vivi's farewell. The war was intense, but the real pain? That goodbye. Vivi wants to go with them, but Duty said, "Nah, you got a whole kingdom to run." She asks them, "Will you still call me your friend?" The Navy is watching. They can't answer. One wrong word and it's jail time. So instead, they raise their arms, the X mark. No words, just loyalty. If you felt even one of those, it only gets worse from here. Sky Piha, Noland and Kalgara's broken promise. Sky Piha proves Oda can make you cry over a misunderstanding between two guys who died 400 years ago. Noland wasn't a liar. He was just a victim of bad RNG and tectonic shifts. Noland promised he'd return, but the island literally got launched into the sky. So he dies labeled a liar, while Kalgara waits for someone who never comes. When Luffy finally rings the golden bell, 400 years later, proving to Noland's descendant that he was telling the truth. That payoff? Unreal. It's a 400-year-old "I told you so" that heals the soul. Water 7/&Knees lobby. The funeral of the going merry. Wait, stop. We are literally about to talk about crying over a boat. A piece of wood with a sheep head. Yeah, a boat. Mary came back. On a broken hull, through a storm, just to save them one last time. When she says, "I'm sorry, I couldn't take you further." That's illegal. Luffy burning the ship, while everyone breaks down and reflects on their journey with the Mary. Yeah. No one was okay after this. It's the ultimate don't cry because it's over, smile because it happened moment. Rip Mary, you were the goat of naval transportation. You deserved better than a Viking funeral, but you went out like a queen. Thriller Bark, Brook's final quartet. Imagine losing your entire crew and being stuck on a ghost ship in the fog for 50 years with nothing but the corpses of your best friends. Brook's backstory is straight out of a horror movie but written by a poet. The Rumbar Pirates, dying one by one, decide to play one last song so their friend Laboon can hear them. Quartet, trio, duet, solo. Brook finishing the song alone while his shadow fades is the loneliest thing ever recorded. That's silence, louder than anything. When he finally joins the Straw Hats and realizes Laboon is still waiting. That's the kind of loyalty we all need. Yo-ho-ho indeed, but make it tragic. Saba Odi, the Straw Hat separation. This was Luffy's first real loss. No power-up, no comeback, just helplessness. One by one, his crew disappears, and he can't do a single thing about it. Luffy screaming, breaking down. That wasn't a defeat. That was reality. It went from "we're going to the new world" to "the series might actually end here" real fast. It was the ultimate reality check for the main character syndrome. Sometimes the power of friendship isn't enough to beat a giant pawman and a lightspeed bureaucrat. Pure hopelessness in 4K. Luffy's breakdown here is the definition of "it's over." Marineford, Ace's death. Yeah, the donut jokes are funny, but this moment? Not even a little. Luffy went through literal hell, impel down, poison, hormone therapy, just to reach his brother. Then he actually saves Ace. They're free. It's over. And then, one mistake. A Kainu. One magma fist. And Ace is gone. But it's not the death, it's what he says while dying. Thank you for loving me, slumped over Luffy. This moment broke the internet before the internet was even ready. Luffy's brain literally rebooting from the trauma is still one of the most haunting images in the entire series. Rip Ace, you should have just kept running, King. Your death was the ultimate wait what moment. Fishman Island, Fisher Tiger's final refusal. This arc dived deep into systemic issues, and Fisher Tiger's death was the peak of that tragedy. He was a hero who escaped slavery, but the trauma was so deep he couldn't bring himself to love humans, even the good ones. He literally chose to die rather than accept a blood transfusion from a human. It's not a heroic death in the traditional sense. It's a tragedy about how hate can be a terminal illness. He wanted the next generation to be better, but he knew he was too broken to change. It's a too real moment that hits on generational trauma while making you sob for a giant fishman. Tiger was a legend who was just too tired to keep swimming. Punk Hazard / Dressrosa, Corazon's final silence. Law's backstory is just unfair. Corazon was the clumsy, silent angel who just wanted to save a dying, grumpy kid. He literally put his life on the line to get Law the Op-Op fruit. The most heart-wrenching part? Corazon using his silence powers so Law could cry and run away without being heard by Doflamingo. Corazon stays alive just long enough through sheer willpower so the spell doesn't break while Law is escaping. His final smile, looking like a total dork while he's literally dying in the snow, is legendary. I love you! And then the silence. If you didn't cry here, check your pulse. Whole cake. Luffy versus Sanji. This wasn't a fight. It was emotional destruction. Sanji is kicking Luffy, trying to push him away to protect the crew from Big Mom. And Luffy doesn't fight back, just stands there. And then he says, "Without you, I can't become Pirate King." That's it. Sanji breaks. We all break. Sanji really thought he was alone. But Luffy stayed in that spot and turned into a raisin while waiting for his cook. Sanji crying in the rain while eating his ruined bento box is a mood. It showed that the hardest battles aren't against villains with 10 billion berry bounties, they're against the fear of losing your family. Wano, Odin's boiling sacrifice. Odin was built different, literally. Odin stood in boiling oil, Mao, for an hour, holding his 10 best friends above him. He was laughing and singing while his skin was literally peeling off. Talk about built-in durability. The tragedy isn't just his death. It's the 20 years of suffering that followed for Wano because he was too honorable for his own good. The Ekazaya running away while their lord is shot in the head, knowing they have to carry his legacy into a future they might not see. It's heavy. Odin's "I am Odin and I was born to boil" is the hardest final line in the series. He went out like a legend, leaving a legacy that took down 2 emperors. Egghead, Kuma's tragic backstory. No. This is different. Kuma isn't just sad, he's devastating. Every time we thought we knew his deal, Oda added another layer of suffering. A slave, a revolutionary, a father, a hero, and eventually a mindless weapon. He spent his whole life taking pain away from others, only to have his own life stripped away piece by piece. The reveal that he did it all just so Bonnie could live and see the world, and his final memory being his promise to her? It's too much. Kuma isn't just a robot, he's the ultimate dad. Seeing him show up at Egghead to punch Saturn into next Tuesday was the most cathartic moment in 20 years. Kuma deserves the world, and we deserve a box of tissues. Kuma might be the saddest character in One Piece. Yeah, I'm not okay after that. One Piece really knows how to play with our heartstrings like a fiddle. Which moment broke you the most? Was it the ship, the donut, or Kuma? Let me know in the comments if I missed your favorite cry-fest moment, or if you think a different moment from these arcs was even sadder. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoy our content so that you are there when the next bounty drops.